Hi, I'm Molly Goodrich. I'm one of the pastors here at First Christian Church, and I would like to welcome you to our Lenten devotion. We've been journeying through the book of Mark, and I use the word journey specifically because that seems to be what Mark kind of looks at Jesus' ministry as, a journey. And so we come to the book of the chapter 8 in the book of Mark, where Jesus sort of takes a little bit of a time out with his disciples. He's been teaching and healing all of these crowds of people, but he needs a little bit of a time out with his disciples. So here we are with Jesus in chapter 8, verses 27 through 33. Jesus went on with his disciples to the villages of Caesarea Philippi, and on the way he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they answered him, "John the Baptist, and other Elijah, and still others say, the prophets." He asked them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered, "You are the Messiah." And he sternly ordered them not to tell anyone about him. Then he began to teach them that the Son of Man must undergo great suffering and be rejected by his elders, the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He said all this quite openly. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But turning and looking at his disciples, Jesus rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your mind not on divine things, but human things." That is a big question. Who do you say that I am? But what if we turn that question around a little bit? There's a minister named Christina Lewis that poses the question backward. And she says in one of her blogs, "Who you say Jesus is who you have decided to be. You can't answer Jesus' inquiry without revealing who you are. Or we could switch it around. Who you are reveals who you have decided Jesus to be. Jesus' question is not a test. It's not about getting the right answer. It's the moment when you come face to face with your own commitment, your own discipleship, your own identity. It's the moment when you have to admit what extent how you follow Jesus actually connects with some sort of confession of who you believe Jesus to be. And I think Peter had it half right when he said, "You are the Christ, you are the Messiah." But then he had this image of Jesus being this commander, this leader that would bring Jesus and the disciples lots of attention and lots of popularity. And Jesus rebuked him and said, "You don't get it yet." So how would you answer the question? Who do you say I am? Who do you say Jesus is? I hope you will struggle with those questions and wrestle with them and answer them for yourself as we continue to journey through Lent. Until then, I hope we get to see you on this coming Palm Sunday as we celebrate Jesus' grand entrance into Jerusalem. Grace and peace to you. Amen.